off to our last recipe. This is dark chocolate peanut butter energy bites. It's a no-bake dessert, and it can satisfy your sweet tooth. And there's no guilt because it also provides protein and fiber, and you can have it at any time of the day. It doesn't have to be after a meal or at nighttime. You can actually have it in mid-morning if you want. And who doesn't love the combination of dark chocolate and peanut butter? Actually, if you don't like that, let us know if you do like that combo or not. Drop us a line. Actually,
Yes.
I think that sounds pretty old school. What should they do? They don't drop us a line. What do they do? They text us?
Yeah, I think the phrase stories. Yeah, so I have to admit, selfishly, I think I kind of wanted to make this dessert because I do like the combination of chocolate and peanut butter. If you don't like peanut butter, or if you can't have peanut butter, you can absolutely substitute the peanut butter with another nut butter if you like. So it's completely up to you. But to get it started, we're going to go with we're using our food processor. That's going to do a lot of the work for us. Line drop, I do love that combo. Yeah, line drop. So with this, we're going to use the food processor. Food processor is, again, it's another piece of equipment. Anytime we put these recipes together, we want to try to make them as easy, as accessible as possible for sure. But some pieces of equipment can actually help with a lot of the work. So especially if you're not super confident with a knife, a food processor can help to chop up a lot of your vegetables for you, which is great. And then for something like this, these no-bake desserts are fantastic because you don't have to put them in the oven, turn your stove, which is great. You just need to sort of mix it and combine it together. So it's going to help to do that for us. So we're going to start off with our textured or more crunchy ingredients first to break those down. So we have some oats here, about 3/4 cup of oats. Any flaked oat will work. Let's throw those in. Some dark chocolate. These are dark chocolate energy bites. So we're using 70% dark chocolate. I'm throwing about 1/4 cup in here. And we can just sort of break that up by hand. Or if you have dark chocolate chips, that'll work too. I'm just, again, the food processor can do more of the work, but breaking it up will just help it move along a little bit easier. And yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna pick up on your 70% and how the 70% means that it's higher in cocoa content. So again, this is making it less guilt, taking away the guilt in that if it's 70% or more in cocoa, it's also less in sugar. And it also is richer in nutrients and antioxidants compared to the lower cocoa percentages. So it's a great option to boost up your antioxidant intake as well, which you need if you're under stress in your day-to-day.
See, chocolate and peanut butter together, it's more than just a delicious treat. And, a little wild card here, we're going to be adding some prunes. So this is going to help to really bind everything together. You can use dates too if you prefer dates. I think prunes, we kind of think of it as one job, but they're really, really tasty. I think the combination with the dark chocolate and the peanut butter, it adds this sort of sweetness, almost this like molassesy kind of taste to it. But that stickiness is going to help to bind everything together in these energy bites as well. So really, really great. Pitted, and about 1 cup of prunes in here.
And I know we talked about the one job for prunes, but the prunes also have some good potassium and iron and another phytonutrient or health protective compound called polyphenols. So yes, it can help improve digestion if we need that, but to also know that there are other properties in it that are good for health. And then, of course, the oats, we've talked about that before. If you're using the whole grain oats, you're getting some higher fiber in there. And the fiber that's in oats is actually a soluble fiber. So it's good for several things. It's good for keeping your blood sugar low, lower, not too low, but lower. It can help sustain your energy for longer. And the soluble fiber can also be good for your heart health, reducing cholesterol. So there's some good food in this bite.
See, heart health. We're coming off, post Valentine's theme here too. Awesome. All right. So prunes, dark chocolate, oats. Just pulse it down, just until it'll start to stick together because of the prunes, but it's just until it's a little bit finer. So it has this sort of crumb, this like coarse crumb consistency to it, which is great. And then we can go ahead and add the last few ingredients. So our peanut butter is going to go in, crunchy or smooth, it doesn't matter. And like I said, you can use other nut butters if you like, for like almond butter or cashew butter, or tahini like the sesame seed. You can use that too.
And for the peanut butter, I would suggest buying the types that are mostly just peanuts that have been ground into a paste. So there's a lot of products out there like that. The the regular ones that you see, the commercial ones, usually have a lot of icing sugar added to it, and may also have some trans fats to it. So go for the ones that are more natural. Just the peanuts, they might be roasted, turned into a paste.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and a little bit of cocoa powder just to punch up that chocolate flavor even more. So 2 tablespoons, and that's unsweetened. That's just pure cocoa powder. And if you want to adjust for a little more sweetness, you can add a little bit of maple syrup if you want. The prunes will have some. The dark chocolate will have a little bit. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon for this entire batch. There's not a lot. And that's going to actually help everything combine a little bit easier as well. And back on top. Oh, one thing I will add is I think it works really well with dark chocolate and the peanut butter is just a small pinch of salt. Just a small pinch. It's going to really help to punch up the flavors. Question, what about pumpkin seeds? Yeah, you can definitely throw pumpkin seeds in here. Like this is sort of a nice base, and then you can customize it, right? So if you want to add some more nuts and seeds, you can throw in pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and be really good in here. Yeah, absolutely. You can customize it. And even the flavors too. If you like the combination of chili and chocolate, which I think works really well, you can add a little, half a teaspoon of chili in here. All right, I'm going to blend again. I will mute myself.
So we talked, Jeremy brought up Valentine's Day, but we also know that Family Day is coming along. So these might be some things that if you are getting together with family and friends that you can bring along. I'm sure they're going to love it. And I will tell you, I bet the Elixir Kitchen staff is starting to circle the kitchen right now. I bet they are wanting these treats. I was going to ask Jeremy, can you have one? Save one for me, but I thought no. No, I'm sure they're going to be gone. So while he's mixing that, just more about peanut butter is that it's also a plant protein, right? It's rich in healthy fats. The type of healthy fat that's in it is similar to what's in olive oil. And it is low in carbs. So if you're using the peanut butter that we suggested, like just the peanuts that are mixed together, it's low carb. And so it's not going to cause an increase in blood sugar. It's not going to cause your blood sugars to skyrocket. And of course, mixing it into this delectable dessert is something you can enjoy in without worrying about that. Ooh, now it looks like we're coming to a fun part.
Yes, so this is pretty much it. Here's your mixture. And I've got some parchment paper rolled out here. So what I want to do is just pour it all out onto the parchment. Now what I'm doing here is I want to create like squares or bars. So you can see it comes out nice and easily. If you want to, I'm sure you've seen like the balls version where it's like energy balls. You can definitely go through rolling each one, but we don't have time for that. So what I'm going to do is use the parchment to kind of squeeze everything together. So I'm just using the edges, kind of push it in, and it should have that sort of Play-Doh clay consistency where it will hold its shape, right? But just to keep it a little bit cleaner, just by using the edges of the parchment, you can smoothen it out. You can even use like a rolling pin if you want, or side of an olive oil bottle, and we'll just flatten it out just until it's about a half-inch thick. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. These are for your enjoyment. So get it to a point where you're happy with. Tighten any loose parts on the sides, you can sort of push in. But that's pretty much it. So get it into a nice little rectangle shape. And then what I like to do is like this, pop it into the freezer. Once it's a little firmer, so it might take like 30 minutes to an hour, it'll be a lot easier, a lot cleaner to then cut into bars or squares with your knife. So I'll show you. Done. Right, so again, in the parchment right into the freezer. And then you can cut it. And then once you cut it into your squares, you can see you get to taste one for quality control. Always. So you cut it into your shapes, and then it's a lot easier to break off into your little bites. You can freeze them like this individually, or I can just slide this whole thing into a little freezer bag. Again, I keep them in the freezer. I think they store really, really well in the freezer. You pop them out really easy to sort of take with you on the go. You throw a couple into some parchment or some paper towel. It's good to go, but they last a lot longer in the freezer. So, I mean, as long as chocolate and peanut butter together will last in the household. But yeah, that is it. That is our dark chocolate peanut butter energy squares.